Alright, hello everyone, I am Luke, stickmasterluke, and I was asked recently by a friend who's learning how to script. He asked me for the solution to this problem, and his problem is, well, he gives me this code, and he says, this only works once. And so I thought it'd be easiest for me to describe how it works verbally than to like type to him, so I'm just recording the video, and hopefully this can teach some of you guys that are trying to figure out how to script as well. So what he's trying to do with this script, based on what he gives me, he's trying to make the script.parent, so he's trying to make the part grow when you click on it. He's trying to make it add 1 to its size when you click on it. So script.parent.clickDetector.mouseClick.connect.grow, so that's this function. And this function is trying to set the script.parent.size to be vector3.new, the x plus 1, the y plus 1, and the z plus 1. And you can see he defines x, y, and z up here. So he asked me, why does this only work once? He clicks it and it only seems to grow once. Let's do a quick demonstration of this. So this is the part that I've decided to, I have a test environment here, just some random stuff, but this part right here is the one we're focusing on. This is my growing part. Here's a script on it. So I'm going to go test it out. I haven't even tried it, but I assume it works once. Let's let's find out. Is filtering enabled? No. Oh, I forgot to put a click detector into it. Let me reset and put a click detector in here. Alright, now it should work. Okay, so I walk over here, and I have the ability to click on it. I clicked on it, nothing seemed to happen. Were there any errors? No. Is my script disabled? I think my script's disabled. Okay, so I forgot to enable my script. So it's enabled now. Let me reset. Do that in here. Okay, so let's try this again. Here's the code. The script is running, and we've got a click detector now. Should for sure work this time, or work how the code says it should. Click on it, and it grew. And I'm clicking on it some more, and it's not doing anything. So it does do what he said it does. It only grows once. And I'm going to say why it does that, and it will hopefully explain what's going on when a script runs. Okay, so like I said, we have an event that is mouse click, and when the mouse clicks the click detector, it calls the function grow, and the grow adds 1 to the x value, 1 to the y value, and 1 to the z value. But it doesn't exactly work like that, the x, y, and z. So when a script really runs, it runs from the top to the bottom. So start at line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, and it's processing all of this. So on line 3, we're saying x, we're making the variable x equal to the parent part, which is the growing part. We make it equal to the x size. So the size in the x proportion. So if we go over here, and we have this size, it's 4. That 4 would turn into a 5 when this runs once, right? But when we're doing that, we're not setting this. We're not saying that x is always equal to whatever the size of the part is in the x. What we're saying is x is equal to what the size currently is. So you can imagine the script being like, okay, as it's running through here, it writes x equals 4 on a piece of paper. And then if I resize the part, on the piece of paper it will still always say x equals 4. That's kind of what the script is doing. It's writing on a piece of paper. Whenever you say equals to, it's pretty much writing that what its current state is, and it doesn't change unless you tell it to change. So x is equal to 4. If we wanted to fix it, well, okay, so that's how you do that. And so y would be 1 and z would be 2. So x, y, and z are permanently those numbers. So no matter how many times you click it, it's always going to be 4 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 4 plus 1. Even though the size is 5, it's reading off of the sheet of paper what x equals. So how to fix this there's a couple ways. There's a bunch of ways you can do anything in Lua. So I'm gonna cut these with Control X, paste them in here, and so pretty much what you're doing is redefining what X, Y, and Z equal to. So just like that, we're saying inside here, and it wants us to write local in front of it, which is good practice. You don't need to, but you should. So what we're doing here is whenever we call the function grow, so whenever it gets clicked on, we're redefining what the X, Y, and Z currently are. So that is how you could do that. Now let's go test that out. Yep. Oh no! So yeah, that's the growing part. So let's discuss on like what's going on here. As we call the function grow, we have line 4 right here. So it tries, every time we call grow, it runs this line, this function that we've defined. So what we're doing is we're writing on our piece of paper the current size is equal to 4, so x is equal to 4. And so whenever we say x, we're doing we're really doing 4 plus 1. You're just substituting that for that. And then the next time you do it, we're actually resetting. So the second time you were to click on it, the size is actually 5 by this point. And so you're like crossing this out, and you're like, nope, x is not equal to 4 anymore, x is equal to 5. And then you're substituting 5 into there. Because all of these lines inside the function are ran. That's how functions work. Is they run all the lines of code inside. And there's a few other ways to fix this, and I'm just going to show you. So that this is obviously way number 1. You could, if you wanted, put these directly in the code, so you could cut that out, paste it right there, cut this out, paste it right there, cut this out, paste it right there, and it will work exactly the same. So it's a little bit harder to read though, but yeah, this is what you could do. You just say script.parents.size.x plus 1, so you always know you're getting the current one right there. And then so this method also works. And then another way, which I think is kind of neat, is to use vector math. So vector 3 is what holds 3 values for the x, y, and z, normally used for positions and for sizes, and that's what we're doing with it right now, is adding the size. So what you could do is script.parent.size, because size itself is a vector 3. Oops, plus. So what you're saying is here you can add spaces if you like. It makes it easier to read sometimes. So what you could say is script.parents.size equals the script.parents.size. So the growing part size is equal to the growing part size plus vector 3 1 1 1. And so that is the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. You're just using vector math instead of numeric math inside of vector 3. So this also works. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more understanding of what's going on in coding. Like I said, it goes from the top to the bottom, reading line by line. And it defines the variables as you come to them. And just like a variable, you're defining a function here. So you're saying grow is this line of code. And so whenever you call grow, it runs what's in here. And so then when you get to 7, you're saying you're making an event for when it gets clicked on, you call the function grow, and then call the function grow we've defined up here, and it does that. Hopefully this helps you guys, and hopefully this helps my friend understand what's going on here. Yeah, good luck out there.